I know many of you see patterns every single day, but just don't have the courage to pull the trigger. And then when you pull the trigger, it's too late because the risk reward sucks and you end up going through an uncomfortable trade, taking unnecessary loss. But if you just would have pulled the trigger when you said, oh, this is great, you would have had a great trade. Let's solve that problem. Here's the thing. When I started trading, I was studying all types of patterns, and a lot of you guys are in that boat where you're just learning patterns. But there's a lot of you too who know what your pattern is and understand how to trade it, but just can't do it. And it gets very, very frustrating. I know, because even where I'm at today, sure, I'm consistent, sure, I'm growing every single day and I'm having profits. But at the end of the day, I'm always working on executing better. And as I grow, I talk to a lot of traders on my show that airs every Monday and Wednesday, and they're teaching me that you're always gonna deal with this whole fear base of like, ooh, like I know where to enter, but you just don't, and then you miss out on great opportunity. Now, granted, for someone who's been trading 5-10 years and they're consistent, they don't really describe it as fear anymore. They just know, because I've done it so many times, that they have to pull the trigger at those levels because that is the area of interest. Those are the areas where everyone's looking at, but only the brave, right? The people who have courage, who understand probabilities, understand it's random, and do understand that they're not always going to be right, can pull the trigger. The challenge that you have is that you're scared to be wrong, you don't want to lose money, or you just lost so many times in a row that you're just like, my luck, I'm probably gonna lose. And then you don't pull the trigger, and what happens? We all know, it works, and it's annoying. I get it. It happens to me still to this day, not as often as it used to, but I'm always working on it. And here's what I'm doing to fix that, because I wanna make sure that you can get better, especially if you're in the boat of people who know what your strategy is. That could be the most frustrating thing. You know what to trade, but you can't make yourself trade it until you get confirmation. And we'll talk about what confirmation means. I'll tell you real quick. It means you're just gonna miss a trade. Here's the thing. When you know where to enter at a key resistance, a key support if you're buying long, a key resistance if you're shorting, then here's something that I do every single day. I put an order at that level and let it sit there. I let the order sit there. It may not be my full size unless I'm very confident it will be. But more cases, it's just gonna be a small order just to trigger that I'm in and to get my eyes on that ticker. That's what I do right away. And it helps me build that confidence, right? Because we need that confidence, right? It takes time. Don't rush it. Don't put your whole order out there and get hit, because if you get hit with your whole order, your heart's gonna go boom. It's gonna come out your chest, right? It's gonna just blow up. And then you're gonna freak out and you're gonna get out and maybe take a small loss, maybe a small gain, and then either way you'll be frustrated, because it's gonna go your direction or it doesn't. It's just gonna be a frustrating day. Instead, take a small position. So that's one thing I do right away. Just put my order out there and let it get hit. Once it gets hit, then I wanna go look at it. And I'm gonna ask myself a couple of questions. Is it acting the way I want it to act when it got to my level? In this case, resistance. If I'm shorting at a key level of a resistance, is it hesitating in any way? If it is, I'm gonna hit more size and I'm gonna add to it. If it isn't, I may pump the brakes and wait. I may look at it and be like,
I know I said this was a short today, but because after analyzing it and seeing that there's a very, very bullish sentiment on this stock, I may just get out of the stock and it'll be a small loss.
and that's why I said, do a small order. So let's say your full size order is 1,000 shares. We're saying do like 50 shares. It's not to make money. It's to trigger you. It's to build a habit. You're trying to build a habit. Here's the thing. When you're scared, when you have that fear, it's the same thing that you have when you have courage, right? People who have courage, they're not in absence of fear. They have courage with fear. Like the fear is a trigger for them to push forward and to go through it. Because if you had no fear, then you have no courage. Because why do you need courage if you're not scared? Think about that. So you have to work on using your fear to create courage and help you pull the trigger. And you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to just go, you know what, I'm scared. So instead of fighting this little snake down here, I'm gonna go fight this dragon because I want to build courage. Like, you're not just gonna jump, right? You're not gonna jump and go to the next level. You gotta start small. Like, I'm deathly afraid of spiders. I'm not gonna go and try and kill a tarantula with my bare hand because I'm gonna die. Like, it's just not gonna happen. He's gonna jump on me, lay eggs on my face, and it's over, right? It's just not gonna work out good. But I will go kill this little baby spider and be like, ah, you're dead. Like, I'm okay with that. You know, like that's different.
See him?
Oh, bro, he's not that big.
Well, kill him then. I'm not gonna touch him.
I'm not gonna kill him. Bro, I thought...
Do what you
Bro, you're... What the f***? Hold on, come here, buddy.
You're gonna either kill it or we're gonna be here.
I'll get it out.
Then
I'll
get
get
it
it
out.
out. But if I can find it... Alright, Rico. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. And if you don't see him, you're driving.
Eventually, maybe, you know, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna kill a tarantula. It's not gonna happen. But what I'm trying to tell you is you start small. So put your order out there, and then when it gets hit, go look at it. And then ask yourself that question. Is it acting the way I want? And you might not have to slam it with all your size. Maybe do a half size position till you build that habit. And then add the other half when you get confirmation, which we talked about what that is. And I'm gonna dive into that in just a second, because I think confirmation is bull, right? It's such bull, because trading is random. Trading is probabilities. And if you have probabilities, confirmation doesn't really go with that. And this is just my opinion, of course, but it doesn't really go with that, because if you have confirmation, that means you know what's gonna happen next because you got confirmed, right? Like, I think this girl likes me, so I'm gonna go say hi to her and ask her, you know, like, go out to dinner. And she says, yes, well, I got confirmation, like she likes me. Doesn't work that way in trading, because a stock can be like, yeah, here's your confirmation, psych, and just wipe you out. So like, don't be looking for confirmation. The people who pitch, oh, get confirmation, here's, buy this course, because then we'll show you when it confirms. Sure, you can make some money with confirmation, quote, like using the term that they use, confirmation, but you won't be consistent, because if you are, you're gonna be very small. You're gonna be like 1R for one, like you'll have a 1-to-1 ratio, because you have to wait for confirmation, which means the move's already happened. If you're already like, oh my God, now I should be in, who else is thinking that way? All of the million of people who think the same way. Everyone. You have to learn, as we talked about earlier, to have courage through that fear. So the next time you see a beautiful setup, I want you to set your order out there. Maybe it's at a support and you want to buy and you want to go long. Put your order there. And when it triggers, your heart may be beating. But remember, it's small size because you're trying to build a habit. Then you're going to go to that ticker, analyze it, and pull the trigger some more if it is acting the way you want it to act. If it just goes right through your support, well, you're okay because you took a baby position. You just cut it. But if it just kind of goes through and then comes right back, hit it, right? That's what you're looking for, some kind of reaction. I'm not looking for confirmation. I'm looking for some type of hesitation. That's it. The hesitation that you feel like, oh, I think it's gonna work. But then you get scared right there. Like and you get scared to pull, to hit that button. I'm saying pull the trigger, like to hit the button. That's when you hit the button, because everyone else, all the newbie traders, all the people who don't know what trading is, all the people who think there's confirmation, are waiting for it to go higher and then they buy way up here. You don't want to do that. So start off small, train yourself, and remember, all you got to think about is I got to build courage. So the fear is going to trigger you to be courageous. And this can help you in so many ways of trading, not just your entry. It can help you in your exit when you want to take profits right away. Oh, I got to get out because I'm up. Use that trigger to have courage and be like, okay, this is my moment. Is it at my key price target? It's not. So let me build a baby habit. Let me just sell 5% of my position to scratch that little urge. So that way you can hold for the 90% of your position for the move and make a good gain. I want you to really work on this, because I can tell you a lot of people, and you're not alone, they know what to trade. They know how to trade it, but they can't do it. Work on it. Good luck.